Bashtards! Good evening, everyone. I'm Dirk Kennedy. I'm your host. It is Dirk Weekdays, live at 5 o'clock. Well, 5:01. I had a really weird thing that happened last minute. I have this is technical. My stand decided to separate from the part that goes to the floor, and it's all stripped, so I had to jury-rig the whole thing. And I found out 10 years ago that it's not jerry-rig, it's jury-rigged. I wasn't quite sure about that, but that's what it is. So I actually have to go invest in a new stand. I'll go on Amazon after the broadcast. How are you all doing today? I'll tell you about my ridiculous doctor's appointment in a minute before we do shout outs. Lord H, I'm ready to bosh. Lord Scotty H is here. Well, welcome, Scotty H. Lord H, as we so say in this show. Mr. Andrew Wolkowicz is here as always. Great show yesterday. Looking forward to some more great times together today. Upvote everyone and share and subscribe. Somebody told me recently that I should say, could you please subscribe? Could you please blah, blah, blah? Could you please write a comment? Because you know what? We had some couple of 1,000 viewer shows this week and last week, and last night's was a great show and very little comments. So listen, guys, whether you like it, you hate it, you think Dirk's hat is stupid, or it's time for a touch up, or whatever it needs to be done, throw a comment down and then I'll answer you, and then we'll have dialogue after the show. But Andrew Wolkowicz, thank you so much. Lots of comments today. I love whatever Wednesdays. Time flies. Hey, Dirk just gave a good upvote. Thanks, man. Hey, there you go. It's great. And look at that beautiful watch. Al Benedetti, last night's winner. I shipped it out this afternoon. I went to my doctor's appointment. That didn't happen. And I stopped at a post office in Columbus Circle, a famous place in New York, which they're trying to change the name of because, Columbus is a bad man. He was bad. He treated people badly because everybody treated people badly back then because we were savages, which is just absolutely, utterly ridiculous. It's Columbus. He supposedly discovered America, which he didn't. Whatever. Combe. Hello, Combe. How are you? Hello from Dublin. Great to see you, buddy boy. Angelo Minichiello. Hey, all. Good evening. Hey, CW Watch enthusiast. Hey, Dirk. Ray. Bash. Ray from the west of Ireland. Gem haters here. Evening, all. The lovely Selena. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to have a girl around the house. It's so nice to have a girl in the men's room, which is always lovely, which means watch your P's and Q's and be a gentleman. Always. Dean, hey, Dirk, Jim was a cool guest. Maybe next time he can play some guitars. Hey, I'll ask him to do so. He had a really great time. He loved interacting with all you guys. Jimmy's thinking about starting his own channel too, about music, totally about music. So I just kicked papers all over the floor. And I told him he should do it, and then I told him, how I got around to doing Dirk Weekdays. I was a frequent, collaborator, not so collaborative. I'd pop in on the Sheen show, and then we started doing Bashers because it was a reiteration of the one we did, in the noughties. And then a couple of people just told me it's time for you to do that. And you know what? Sometimes it just takes, a leap of faith and to get pushed off the ledge. Shane McGee, hey Bashers, and I will tell Jimmy to play guitar. We'll wax over stuff. Who knows? Maybe we'll write a tune online or something fun. It's funny though. I have to say that it doesn't really work like that. Even if we collaborate, it's generally like he'll show me something and it's not like we're in the same room. I bring a song or he brings a song and then he adds something to my song or I add something to his song. It's kind of the way it works. maybe in the old days we would sit around and jam and come up with stuff. I really don't remember. But my opinion of songwriting and how a song gets finished and whoever gets credit for it is I kind of feel I don't care. Maybe when I was younger I was like, that's my song. I don't really give a shit. I just want a song to be great, and I just want a song to get finished, and I want everybody to put their stamp on it. That's why I mentioned the other guitar player, because there's two lead guitar players in Hitman, John Kristen and Jim Bakke. And I've always said to John, because John is Jimmy's like, I got an idea. I got an idea. He's full of ideas, constantly throwing stuff. And John has lots of ideas, but he doesn't bring them to the table. And I've always been, his champion, always pushed him to try to bring stuff, because at the end of the day, when you are a part of something, you might be in the band, but if you didn't add a piece to this song or add a piece to that song or contribute, sometimes it makes you feel like less productive than the others, which is not true, because you're bringing your talent, you're bringing your style, you're bringing your sound, you're bringing the thing that makes you, and the reason why you're in a band, why the other guys in the band wanted you in the band, for what you offer. And John's like my oldest, bestest friend ever. I've been working with him for 40 years also. And I take a bullet for that guy. But I've also said to him that I would love for him to be more assertive when it comes to his creativeness. So when it comes to writing, I've always been of the opinion, because this last record we did, I wrote a song, Jimmy wrote a song, blah blah blah, and then we sent it to each other via email, or and then maybe we collaborated a little bit on something, like hey, I have an idea for a chorus, or hey, I have an idea for a middle eight. John didn't have anything on the record until he played something for me that I liked, and I pushed, and then I said, just get all those ideas down on tape and give them to me. And then started the ball rolling on getting a song. And it actually wound up being my favorite song on the record. And it's called Love, the Assassin. Like it's like a letter, like he would write, I killed this guy, Love, the Assassin. And it's the closing number of the album. It's a big kind of long-winded rock, proggy metal thing. Anyway, that's my opinion of that. But maybe. Andrew says, I wonder if Dirk's tech gremlins decided to move to a different apartment. I wish they would. I found a dead mouse in my stove last night. How about that? Hey, heavy driver, shite, wax over there. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it's been pissing rain. Pissing. Dean says, Shane McGee, what is up? You guys talking to cheerleaders. Hello from a wet Scotland. Hello from a wet New York. It's been wet, and it's going to be wet tomorrow too. Buonasera to Saint Loup. Buonasera. Shane McD. Dean, how are you, my man? Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Hey, it's Melly C. Good day, Dirk Well, great show last night, as always. Did you get your package yet? Did you get it? I sent it fast. Today I went and sent out, Carolyn Martin got a Destroy All Humans vinyl. I put a press picture in there because I have a box of them. And I sent copies of my solo project. And I went there to send it media mail, because media mail is like the cheap way to send stuff. And this dum-dum, because, when you go to the United States Postal Service, it's kind of the lowest common denominator of folks that work there. Generally, I'm not saying all of them, just generally, it's a bunch of people not helpful. I said, I need some packaging for this, and I want to go media mail. And she pointed over there. Meanwhile, she should have pointed to the left side, because I put it all in priority packaging, did it all. And then I said, okay, I'm ready to go. And she goes, well, you can't do media mail with these. And I said, well, that's where you pointed me to. And she didn't. She pointed me to the other side. Anyway, long story short, I just paid priority mail because I didn't want to repackage it, etc. And then if I only knew what I was going to encounter a half a block away when I got to the doctor's office, I would have just done it. Okay, you guys talking to each other. John says, hey, John, upvote this savage. Vaughn, people treat people badly now. They just do, and they shouldn't, but we don't. Interesting, Mr. Bond. Evening, Dirk. Have a great show. Evening to you, Mr. Bond. It's my sister, Carrie Kennedy. Loving your suggestion to watch The Gentleman. Theo James should be the next Bond. Do you want to know what I think, Carrie? I think his brother Freddie should be James Bond. And Paul couldn't see it either because he's such a douche and he's such a madcap, wicked moron. But if you look at that guy's face, I think he'd be a great James Bond, without the stupid curly, long hair, spoiled, pompous little Lord Fauntleroy thing. But I do think Theo James is pretty great. I didn't understand the end, though. Can anyone explain that to me? So, like, if you haven't seen it, I'm just going to say, so, it wrapped up and then they do a flashback to 3 months prior and they show her father meeting with Uncle, what's his face? Can anybody explain what did that mean? So it was a setup the whole time? I don't know. Benzo says, hey, peeps. Hey, look, it's Donnie Fair. Jim's not here tonight. Just me, Donnie Fair. Now, Don Fair, for those of you who don't know, was in Hitman in the very, very inception on my band. When I joined the band, it was Jimmy, Mike, and Chuck, and then I joined, and then we got a second guitar player, and it was Don Fair for like a year and a half, and then John joined in '86. Andrew Olgovich, in 100 years, they'll look at our current times as the woke insanity. Yeah, if we're not blown up. I watched this whole Lex Friedman. Does anybody watch his channel? It's he's got he talks so quietly and he wears this black suit and black tie like he's a funeral director. And he was talking to a woman about not like the politics of nuclear war, but he was talking about what happens when somebody pushes the button and then there's the 6-minute rule where the president of the United States has to make a decision within 6 minutes of how to handle it. It's a 6-minute window, and then everything happens. And she basically said that somewhere in the neighborhood of if there was one nuclear strike and then a retaliatory nuclear strike, 2 billion people would instantly die, instantly vaporized, and then nuclear winter would happen, and then 3 to 4 more million would die over the coming months. Yay, cheerful, right? John Paleo, hey, Dirk, hope all is well. Can't stand this rain and wind anymore. I know, it's just, I don't know. And I was out in it, and you know what I tried to buy today? Does anybody remember? I don't know. I'm sure that Totes is a company that's international, but Totes used to make these galoshes that they would just black rubber and they would just slide over your dress shoes or your shoes. And then you could wear your regular shoes and go out in the rain and stay completely dry. And then when you were done, you take them off and you have your shoes and they're beautifully shined and it's all great. They don't make them anymore because I tried to buy them today. Fawn says, mind your P's and Q's, pints and quarts, or mind your own damn business. That too. So I'll tell you what happened today. So I had an appointment I had an ENT appointment last week to find out what the thing in my ear is. And I'm afraid it's pulsative tinnitus, because that would mean that it involves some kind of arterial problem or venous problem, which I'm not looking forward to. So I went to the ENT and he scoped out my ears and he said, everything's shipshape. You're good to go. I'm going to make another appointment for you next week. And I'm going to make another appointment for you. Go up front and schedule it for them. And you're going to, we can take it down the hall and you can have an audiologist go check you out. And I said, okay, fine. So I get to the desk and they said, how's next Wednesday? And I said, well, okay, I guess next Wednesday's fine. And so here's next Wednesday. And they told me when I left there that my appointment was at 1 p.m. And I was like, okay, fine, 1 p.m. Great. And they said, can we send you a reminder? And I said, yeah, please do. Please do. So the last couple of days, I noticed that there was no reminder. There was no reminder. So I was like, oh, shit, they didn't remind me. Well, it's 1 o'clock. I'll go there. And then about an hour and a half, 2 hours before I left here, I got a text message saying your appointment is at 1:45 with Dr. Blau so-and-so. And I was like, oh, shit, they moved my appointment. I even said to Paul, wow, they moved my appointment. Fuck, it's 1:45 now. Okay. So I just decided to gather up. I was going to do the post office afterwards. So I decided to do it before the appointment, blah, blah. I get to the post office. I do all that shit. I get to the doctor's appointment at 1:30. It's pouring rain. My umbrella got shredded to pieces. It's pissing sideways. It's just the worst. So I go all the way up to the Upper West Side of Manhattan. which is not that far, but it's like I live in Queens, like just barely in Queens. And I get there and the guy goes, "Could you sit down for like 10 minutes? Where, it's been the weather's bad and we're really backed up." I was like, yeah, sure. So I sit down. And then like 20 minutes later, he calls me up and he goes, "Your appointment was at 1 o'clock." I said, "Well, I got this text message today. It said 1:45. So I figured you guys moved it." He goes, "No, you had 2 appointments." And I said, "What do you mean I had 2 appointments?" He goes, "You had 2 appointments." I said, "No, I made an appointment with you guys last week to come in here at 1 o'clock. And then I got a text message today that said it's 1:45. So you guys changed it." He goes, "Oh, no, you were see an audiologist at 1 o'clock," which they didn't send me the reminder of. I thought they changed it. So they're like, "Oh no, then you were going to consult with the doctor again at 1:45. So in essence, they were saying I had 2 appointments, but no one ever said 2 appointments. So then he goes, "How about we reschedule for you 2 weeks from today?" I said, "How about I never, ever come back here again?" Because the same bullshit happened last week. They made me wait for half an hour. And then the doctor said, "Do you mind if I take somebody else who was late in before you?" And I said, "No, go ahead, do it." So you know what? I just said, "I'm not going back there. Fuck you. I'll go find another audiologist." Anyway. Donnie B. Fair, who used to be in Hitman, now he changed his name. Double lead harmonies on Out in the Cold. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, you were instrumental in that, probably, right? Out in the Cold, which we put on our new record. We put 2 old songs on our new record. We wrote all new songs except for 2. One of them was called Code of Honor, which was after your time, Donnie Fair. And then we put one called Out in the Cold, which was your era. That was like the first batch of Hitmanery. And we just decided to record it. We had so many songs that we never recorded. Plus, we were also, I'll tell you what we were doing. So we hadn't made a record since 93. And we knew that our fans in Europe loved the first record and were kind of on the fence about the second record, even though the second record technically sold more. But the Classic Hitman was like the first sound of the first album. So we purposely started writing stuff that sounded like that. And then we're like, why don't we revisit some old songs? And one of them is the one that Donnie B. Fair is mentioning right here. And that is a song called Out in the Cold, which we recorded from scratch. We just remembered it. Well, Jimmy doesn't remember much, but he remembers how to play old songs. Ciao, all you bastardly bastards. You're all bastards. God damn it. Hiteshi, hey, good afternoon. All upvote. Hey, please upvote. You know what? Yesterday I noticed that I lost like 20 subs. How the fuck did that happen? What did I say? What did I say? I don't know. I think people subscribe on Friday night on Classic Bashers when we drink a little bit and Machine gets political and I throw the C word around. And then they're like, what did I do that for? Hitesh says, hello from Vancouver. Hello, Vancouver. Hey, Nick Sisto, one of my Patreons. Hey, I'm doing a Patreon giveaway. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And it's not like a contest. I'm just going to. So anyone who's on my Patreon, please on Patreon, send me your address because you know what? Yesterday I gave away, a bunch of records, but I also have I got to get rid of these papers. I found it's funny. I got a box from my old manager. He goes, "Hey, Dirk, I have all this stuff like these old Hitman. You want to see a funny picture? Look at that. How fucking sick did I look? Actually, when I started doing this show, I grew my hair back longer than that in 2020. So by the time I cut it off in June of last year, it was like probably 6 inches longer than that. But this is from our second record, Vivus Machina. That's Jimmy. Where am I? Am I on the wrong side? That's Jimmy. That's me. That's Johnny. That's the dear departed Michael Buccellato. And that is the remarkable Mr. Dibbs, incredible Mark Jenkins, whom what an incredible drummer. So Patreons, I want to send you all a copy of my solo record. I'm going to be like you too, and I'm going to give you a record even though you didn't ask for it, which is really funny. So this is that record, the Life Is Now record. I spent like a couple of years making this. It's not a metal record. It's a rock record. It's more like me loving Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush and Queen and a lot of other shit, the Beatles. It's more of my influences, and it's not a metal record, and it wasn't intended to be, but whatever. I want to give everybody one. So everybody on Patreon, anyone who's on my Patreon, please send me your addresses. And you know what? For being great sports, and for guys like Nick Sisto and the following. Hold on. Here's my Patreon Pantheon: Jim Lassick, Sam Lake Consulting, Andrew Wolkovich, Go Moto Soto, Nick Sisto, Complicated Time, Fergal McDermott, Nathaniel Hannon, Dana O'Malley. You don't want my solo record. Lord Scotty H, Dean McKenzie, Al Benedetti, Angelo Minichello. You guys are all getting one. So just send me your addresses on Patreon. Don't send it to basharddirk@gmail.com. That is for pictures and your secrets, dark and brooding, and recipes if you want to share. That would be great too. Where are we? Oh God, Melly C says no package yet, but I think it'll be this week. Royal Mail is extremely slow in general, but with the Easter break, there's a backlog. I will let you know when the Eagle is on. Please let me know, because that's very important to me. Oh yeah, Andrew's pushing the point. Destroy humans, all carbon must be removed, but life is carbon based. But that's the only life we know. But if you watch Star Trek, this non-corporeal life, interesting shit. This is confusing. There's a band, Hitman, on Bandcamp, but it's rap. Okay. You want to hear the story about that guy? Okay. So my band is called Hitman, and we debuted in 1985, long time ago. We were children, true. And we made our first record, came out at I think technically it came out in 89, but I think most people say 88 because I think it says copyright in 88. This guy came out, I don't know, in 2000 or 99, or I don't know when he did, but he was a friend of Dr. Dre, and he's on the Chronic record, and he just did like background, like, yeah, 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 he did that shit. And then he decided he put out his own record, and we found out that some major label put out a record by somebody called Hitman, and we sent cease and desist letters, and they actually wrote back a letter like, fuck y'all, and he never went anywhere, so we didn't care. But we pushed it for a little while because we at one point had a pretty decent lawyer. I don't know. It's very, very stupid. Okay, here we go. The gentleman, Dirk, on episode 6, please. Oh, you're on episode 6. Don't spoil. I'm not spoiling. That's why I was very generic. Damien Griffiths. Good evening, Dirk. Sorry I'm late, but as always had to join the stream. Hey, man. Thanks, Damien, very much. Mr. Griffiths. Melly C. Okay, you said that. Heavy driver. Lex F interview with Annie Jacobson. That was fucking depressing. She had such a peaceful voice. Yeah, peaceful, talking about Armageddon. Yeah, I love the Lex interviews with Annie Jacobson. Yeah, she's amazing. Al Benedetti says, wait, you can't leave us hanging like that. What did you encounter a half a block away from the doctor? The post office. I run a million miles an hour, so I left here. I went to the post office, and I wound up sending out all the stuff, but I wanted to send it media mail because you save a couple of bucks. But I wound up sending it priority because that woman was just a moron. She's like, well, if you want to take it, I said, I already took the boxes, and I filled everything out. I don't care. They'll get it quick. I'm thrilled. And then when I got to the doctor, I walked out of there. But I did make a little bit of a Dirk scene. I was like, so you double booked me? I guess you're going to double bill my insurance company. Is that how you operate? You told me I had one appointment today, and now you're claiming I had two. It was unbelievable. Anyway, I found the reminder. They sent it to me yesterday, but it wound up in my junk folder because it doesn't have anything to do with this office, this company, or this hospital affiliation. But the office is right next to it's right in the same hallway. Like, it's not even in a different office. It's like, here's room 101, here's 102, here's 103. It was a completely different company. There's a company that rents space in this doctor's office, and then when they're done testing your hearing, you walk into the doctor's office. Anyway, it was just a load of bullshit. Yeah. PJ says first world problems. This is all true. So I'm going to get double banged. This is what happens, though, with the reason why there's so much money. You should see this office, too. It's so unbelievably fancy. And, like $1,000 Corbusier, like $2,000, $5,000 Corbusier couches, and Barcelona chairs, and it's crazy. And it's like, you know why? It's because the insurance in this company is out of control, and they just double and triple kick you. And then, the price of the like my copay is like $70, and then I saw it cost $1,600 to see the ENT last week. That's what he got paid from the insurance company. That's why it's so fucked up. I miss how Dirk's car went. Well, we're not talking about that anymore. If you want to talk to me about that, you can email me at basharddirk@gmail.com. Because no more of that. It's just not the best move to talk about it over the airwaves. Yeah, things are nuts. There's something. I'll let you know all about it. Where's my damn crown steel on rubber diver? Hey, wait, I can't wait till this channel gets so damn big that I'm giving those things away. Wouldn't that be great? We gave away a watch early on. We gave away a land tortoise. Sorry, I just needed a little wet my beak. We gave away a land tortoise. And, I'd like to do another watch come springtime. So yeah, we'll definitely, I'm going to say, let's come up with a date. Here's my plan. My plan is I really want the new Snoopy Moon Swatch. So I'm going to figure out a way when I finally get to go get it. Cause I'm near Swatch and I think it's pretty much dying down. I'll get two and I'll just go with somebody else if they're still limited in one. And then one of them I'll give away on the show. And I'm going to say, let's do that. May, late May, early June. Because I love that. I love giving away watches because we love watches. I've been practicing my dance moves. Benza says, did Dirk ever say there has been a show since Monday or no? What does that mean? What does that mean? There's been a show. I did a show yesterday. I had my guitar player, Jimmy Baki, on. I do Dirk weekdays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We do classic bashers on Friday. I do a Sunday mass on Sunday. And on Monday, generally, it is, but inconsistently. I mean, we try to do it every week, but sometimes just schedules don't permit. With the beautiful Michaela de Chatillon and, of course, the big guy, Oshino Malley, we do Watch Fashion Police. Yeah. So Andrew says, Dirk, the original rebel, drinking from the bottle like an animal. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I just want it like an animal, right? Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke. The problem with my ear is probably whatever's in this shit because I'm addicted to it. There's not much I can do about it. Not much at all. Ray says, test 1, 2, 3. What are you testing there, Ray? PJ says, cut your fucking hair and clean up your act. I did. I immediately, in June 10th of last year, I cut it all off. I have a video of it. I'll play it for you. I went to the barber and my hair was literally about this far past my belt loops. I was sitting on it. It was so long. But I thought we were going to tour and stuff, and we weren't. I was like, why do I have this? And I got a crew cut or close to a crew cut. Easy E. Just go back from 5 hours of traveling on too many trains. Heard you need an ENT. Mincis suburb and UES. You want his info? Yeah, sure. Send me a thing. Just go back from 5 hours of traveling on too many trains. Heard you need an ENT. These abbreviates are weird for me, so send me an email. Yeah, I'm actually have to make another appointment, find a new audiologist because I saw the ENT. They checked me out. They said that my ears were fine. I got to go and do that because that's the way you find out whether or not you have this pulsative tinnitus, which I don't want because that means it's either arterial or venous. Don't want that. Easy says, great word, brooding. There's so many great words in the English language. There's so many great ones. What's your favorite English word, everybody? What's your favorite? I wonder if I have a favorite. I like juxtaposition. I like a lot of different words. My nickname in the band was Dirktionary. Because I said, like, I was like 19 and we were playing our first gig ever. And I was like, I mean, playing with Stripers, that's an auspicious gig. Everybody made fun of me. Vaughn, yo. James Hess is here. Hey, James Hess, upvoted from Stuttgart. Great to see you, Mr. Hess. How are you? Great to see you. It's been a while. Hey, you. It's been a while, not much. How about you? I love that song. Sent my address on Patreon. Great. Yeah, I want to send everybody out a CD because I didn't promote it. I played a couple of shows and I just wanted to make a record. And I did try to get a deal briefly, and it was just like I saw my old lawyer, whose name is Michael Guido, and he was Bon Jovi's attorney too. And my hat looks really bad. I gotta fix this. Can you hear the howling outside? It's like Heathcliff. It's like Wuthering Heights outside. And then I just was like, you know what? I just made this record because I wanted to make it, but I did package it, and I had it mastered by one of the greatest record masters in the history of recorded music, Greg Calby, who did Born to Run, and he did Double Fantasy, and he did a lot of stuff. PJ says, I want Barcelona chairs and black, yeah, all with black Eames plywood. Yeah, me too. Dean says, oh, James says, hey, look at this. Everybody's on holiday. It's Andrew with Super Chat. 2,000 subscribers. If everybody joined Patreon, I wonder if Dirk has enough records pressed. I have a box. I have quite a bit. I have quite a bit of them. I mean, I think I have a couple hundred of them. Because Patrick, the incredible, beautiful, wonderful Patrick, who was my Patreon back then. So I was working at the bar, and this guy came in. He said, "Hi, my name is Patrick Hicks." I was like, "Hi." He's like, and we talked about music. He goes, "You know a lot about music." I was like, "Well, I'm a singer," and we talked. And I'll tell you a great story about when I learned that there were nice people in the world. And he had a hotshot job, and he was single at the time, and now he's a family man with beautiful kids and beautiful wife. This is my beautiful wife. These are not my. And he said, and then he like found my music and he listened to it, and he said, have you written anything? I sent him some songs, and he said, you got to make a record. And I was like, yeah, well, I have to get a Mac, and I have to get all the shit. And like the next day or the day after, all the shit arrived at my house. Because he said, that's it. We're going to make a record. You're going to make this record. And it took me a couple of years because I'm left to my own devices. I'm an asshole, and I take way too long to do stuff. Probably not so much anymore because now I know how to do stuff. I was learning at the time. But anyway, Patrick Hicks, one of my favorite people in the universe, one of the sweetest people that has ever walked the face of this earth. And he's truly one of God's special people. And I love you, Patrick. And I don't talk to you enough. I need to call you back more often. And you need to be on the show because you're great. He's a great human being and a beautiful person. Dean, I'm drinking cherry Coke. Once you start, you just can't stop. Heavy Driver, for the next Dirk giveaway, need a music trivia contest. Maybe some lyrics. I mean, we could do that, I guess, right? I guess so. That would be great. Yeah. Okay. Like the idea. Mine is goddamn keyboard. Boo. What's the matter? Oh, wait, you need a new keyboard? Ali Nasser. Oh my God. Dude, I went to Easter Mass. I thought about you. You beautiful specimen. Good to see you, brother. Out and about and feeling better. Hallelujah. Check out the Omega Chronoscope. Oh, I know about that one. One of my favorites. So you want to take a look at that? AED 369. You know what that is? Holy mother of Christ, oh Jesus. That is the Leonard Bernstein of Super Chats, my friend. Thank you. And, we talk, your ears must be burning all the time because we talk about you incessantly for being one of the most generous people, sweetest guys, and a master of taste and style. And you were in our thoughts, and we were praying for you, buddy, to get out there. So out and about and feeling better. Yes. So excited. So let's look at that. You want me to grab that? Let's pull that watch apart. Let me see. Omega Chronoscope. I'm going to pull it up. And which one did you say? You said the silver dial blue hands. Yeah, let's find that. Let's find that. That is Omega's got the worst website ever in the entire world. Oh, you like the silver dial blue hands. Yeah. It's really, can I say this? Can I say this, Ali? Considering what that is, it is really a very affordable watch. It really and truly is. It's $9,100. I was just on the phone, a text thread with the guys, and we were talking about, Speedmasters now list for $8,000, and they used to be able to get them for like $4,500. But yeah, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the watch that you are always dreamed of? You knew it from the start. This is an absolutely breathtaking piece. It definitely is. Yeah, I could go for that too. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it's a speedy, isn't it? It really is. It's a Speedmaster chronoscope. Let's see what else they got here. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's blow that guy up. Yeah, that's the 9908. Oof, man. Wow. I mean, this is like, I know everybody's Rolex crazy, and, thank you. But people have to admit that movement wise, Omega is a leap ahead of a lot of companies with their beautiful, incredible timepieces, success, especially all the George Daniels stuff. It's unbelievable. Back from Vienna. I thought you lived in Vienna. So how could you be back from Vienna? Oh, you're back from the Vienna Longines date. You emailed me a special watch. Well, today we're going to have lots of time for our watches. Very soon, as a matter of fact, because I didn't get any to anybody's viewer gallery yesterday because Jimmy and I went on for an hour and a half, and that just happened. Easy, he has a great audiologist on site as well as did my full hearing test. Yes, I love you. I'm going to do that immediately. I hope he takes my insurance, which is Oxford, because it's just, I mean, I couldn't believe that. I said, this is unacceptable. Are you kidding me? This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I had my Ralph Lauren raincoat on, and I put a really nice, I had a really nice Turnbull and Nasser sweater on with my Millie, and I was just, because it was such a fancy office, I said I have to look kind of fancy. James says, at Dean, we'll be back next Monday. We had a person. Oh, you guys, okay, you're talking amongst yourselves. Okay. James says, doing great, Dirk. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing well. Hey, better, I guess, Shane McGee says, Ali Nasser, you're a legend. Ali Nasser is a legend. An absolute legend. Vaughn says, wow, it's $135. Kaboom. Yeah, that's, that helps pay the rent, my friends. That she doesn't cash, but she's gonna have to do it. She's gonna have to do it soon. Donnie B. Fair says, Don Fair, Hitman, Brian Fair, Alien. Oh, are you giving us your resume, Don Fair? Get your own channel, damn it. Heavy driver. With the gracias por el programa. Oh, man. De nada. What will he give you for that? Well, you get the... I think I like that one so much I'm going to play it twice, and I did. Great. Okay, so let me boot up the Bashtards gallery because I didn't get to any of them yesterday. Hope they're still checked. I had a whole bunch of them checked out. Well, hey. Oh, okay. Great. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I just got the doctor information. I'm very excited. Very excited for that. Okay, so Shane, you're playing the game. You know you can win, girl. Out of love, and let it be, baby. Shane, you're playing a game called. Here is the Panerai. Look at this. Oh, man. Oof. Look at that thing. 8 day in Italian. 8 giorni. 8 days. Look at that. Listen, I wish I had a little bit of a meteor wrist. A meteor wrist. I have a 7.25-inch wrist, and which is not bad. Not bad. That's my wrist without. That's my wrist with a 40 millimeter Rolex Milgauss. Those are they're just north of looking like I'm wearing a clock, sadly. And I love them. It's like I was like, what can I do to do I have any weights around here? I'm like Pee Wee Herman. I mean, if it was a calf contest, I would win. Because I have like tree trunk giant calves. I used to go into the gym and like all the bodybuilders would be like, yo man, you get calf implants? I'm like, no, I'm just a knacker. Just a knacker. There was two of them there. Hold on to the night. Anybody know who sang that song? Hold on to the thunder and lightning. Did you hear that? That was sick. Okay, let me get this back up. We got plenty of time. I'm in no rush. Oh, and a loom shot. He had to include the money shot. Look, there it is. Wow. Hold on to the night. I know somebody. Hey, you guys heard that, right? That was bang. I bet she wishes it hit the deck, right? Then I would just whatever. I gotta shut up. I gotta keep my mouth shut. That's right, heavy driver Richard Marks. And I was thinking, right, because I'm generally pretty good at impersonations, and I just figured out, I think if I worked on that for a little bit, I could get it. Because he kind of pushes his voice a little forward, like, hold on to the night. And he has a little bit of crackle in there. Which is really funny. I was like, you know what? I bet you I could get my Richard Marks on. I'm going to try that. Mr. McGurk. Oh, again, with the box. We all love the box. Look at that with the champagne. Was that in the AD? That's nice. Look at that. Ugh. You're a paneristo now. Wow. You've joined the paneristi. Fantastic. Heavy Driver says Richard Marx wrote. Yeah, he wrote that song, the Vixen song. I don't remember what it was called. He's a great songwriter. Great songwriter. He writes a lot with Fee Waybill from the Tubes. Like those guys had some big hits in the 90s, 80s. Spaghetti-o. Here comes another one. I can smell it. Okay, man. Now listen, you guys all know like I have a little Longines heart on, but man, this is just not fair. Look at this. Zulu Time 1925. Oh my God. And look at this. Oh my God. Mit Diamanten in Saffron. But the Zulu Time, can I just say how much that does it for me? Oh man, I love that watch. Did you buy that? Or was this? Oh, this was at the event. Okay. Wow. That's some sick shit. I love vintage watches. Mr. Bell. Let me get that. Okay. Mr. Bell. Ali Nasser, you psychopath, you wonderful piece of amazing godliness. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Really very sweet. Look at this. What is the name of this beautiful? Look at the eyes on you. Oh man. I really miss the kisses, man. I miss it. What is the wee man? Oh, it's a boy, huh? What's his name? Can you get back with his name? And then you got you're the Zen man. You're the Zen man, calling out the Zen man. Yeah, that's a great shot too. Yeah, they're cool. I'm warming up to those. I wouldn't mind that. I need something on rubber. I was thinking about getting a Rolex rubber strap and putting the Millie on it. Green. Wouldn't that be cool? Has anybody ever seen that? Has anybody ever put green rubber on a Millie? I like it, man. I know you're trying to sell me on the Zen, and you know what? You're doing a pretty good job because I'm starting to fall. I'm starting to fall. They are, by the way, way more expensive than I thought. Uh-oh. I hear sirens now. I hear sirens. Shit. This is Steve McDonald, and he's talking about Pup's first birthday. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. You beautiful, beautiful thing. I haven't had a dog since 2008 when Dingo left me. Yeah. And then I got Laverne in 2010. And I already had Glaucus and Murray, and Glaucus didn't make it long. But first birthday, may you have 50 more. I pray you have 50 more. Heavy driver. Well, this is quite the juxtaposition. I know you guys all think that cunt is my favorite word. Never used towards a woman. Never. I use it usually about men who are like, and I say cunty a lot, but cunty doesn't mean anything that the singular means. Cunty means is like something that's so beyond snarky fabulous, you know, like having your vintage Pepsi in a glass with figurines. That's pretty cunty. You know that like I lust over these tremendously. Like I would kill for one of those old GMTs, one of the old Pepsis. I love them. I love it. It's beautiful. Look at that. That's fantastic. Is there two there? No, it's not. Okay. Next in line. You're the next in line. Hey, everybody's favorite hairy Italian, the hairy Sicilian. It is Mr. Tony. Hey, Tony. You're not looking that hairy anymore. What happened? You got your moon swatch on. Did you do a little trim job? Did you do a little manscaping? Hairy Sicilian. Like I said on last night's show, that like, listen, there's like trim your eyebrows, wax your back, leave everything else alone. Because you're a man. Because you're a man. Oh, look at you. Oh, and you. Oh, man. I love this. I can't wait to steal. I'm going to use this picture. Can I use this on my Instagram? Oh, man. This is great. Oh, look at that. Okay. So you got the moon. You've got the mission to Mars. You've got, that's Earth, right? And then you got Mercury, which is the best, I think. Right? And that's Uranus, right? So which ones are you here tonight, Tony? That's great. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I think because I have one. You know what I have? Oh, you know what I have? Hey. This is another thing I have. I have an extra Mercury. I have an extra Mercury strap. Because mine fell apart. Like my bezel separated, and I have it happened at work, so I have no idea where that even is. So, Tony, if you want, I'll send you that extra. It's the one long piece because mine broke, so I used the small part, but I kept the big part. If you want it, because I have no reason for it. I love it. Did you get the Snoopy? Anybody get the Snoopy? Anybody? I don't know. I should go over there today and see if they have it. I'll just walk in there and see what happens. I love it though. Duolinguist. Is it? Oh shit! This is not from. I was like, how could somebody? Oh, okay. You scared the shit out of me. I was like, this account is so private. It's so private. Like, it's just for you guys. It's the Bashtards gallery. So I know that every email that comes in here is just for me to go review and, maybe chit chat with you guys, or it's pictures. Somebody's called the Duolinguist, and it says, you mentioned learning Italian on Duolingo with Paul. I'm a few years senior to you guys, and I also got the bug and visited Italy many years ago. Completed 6 languages on Duolingo. Well, Paul speaks fluent, perfect Italian, and he always has because he grew up speaking Italian. He grew up with his grandparents, and they lived in the same home. I, on the other hand, started a couple of years ago, And my vocabulary is excellent. It's the verbs and the male, female, the pronouns, all that shit. I'll get it. Like if you dump me in Italy now for about a month, I probably be fine. After a month, I'd probably be okay. But how cool is that? Interesting. So he was sent me. Oh, look at that! Thank you so much. Oh wow! Thank you for that. Conversation, grammar, dialogues, tips, tricks. Hey, man, I'm so excited. Did you send me the whole thing? Oh shit, you did. You have no idea how I ask him to make me flashcards all the time. That's unbelievable. Oh my god. Wow. Grazie mille. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Paul is going to be super impressed. He sent me a whole vocabulary, phrases, grammar. I want flashcards for numbers because like if I had to say they haven't had that watch since 1949 or like those things get me and they're not easy. But thank you for that. I cannot believe that. That is something I'm going to like sit and use every single day. Thank you so very much. Wow. Everybody's favorite tinker. I say that with all the love in the world. So in our town, Ray, which is in Escrone, have you ever been? In Sligo. It's right on Kalala Bay. There's a whole caravan grounds filled with the tinkers there. And for people who don't know what tinkers are, or knackers, they're the travelers. And they basically like run like card games and casino shit and carnival crap, and they're thieves. This is very cool. What is this? Chinese? What is this, Ray? I'm trying to look to see what this is. Hold on, ready? Boom. Ray, what is this? Oh, this is that Zhao watch, right? Zwan. Wasn't that the Billy Corgan's band after the Smashing Pumpkins, like Zwan or Zwan? It's a beautiful watch. I really like it a lot. That looks so communist, man. You're so communist, Ray. I love that shit. I'd like to get some of those military watches, like the Rolexes and Omegas that they issued for like the Chilean army and stuff like that. Unbelievable. Hey, Jim Lassick. He's back. Jim Lassick. I saw that you sent me a message today, and I will respond to it. It's just today was a shit show. And I wanted to get those galoshes. Now I'm going to try to see if I can find them, of course, with the Sky Dweller on his immaculate wrist. That thing is so beyond belief. I mean, it's so beyond belief. It's truly, first of all, the most complicated thing they make, and it is just a masterpiece of art. Look at that. Looking sick on you, brother. Not only are you a handsome and dashing and classy man, but that watch becomes you, dear friend. Becomes you. Oh, Andrew asked me if the cat pictures were making me sad, and I said, no, they're not. They're making me happy because I love to see the love, man. This, I can't even make out what this is. I can't even make out what that is there, dearest. It's dark and brooding and mysterious. It's a mysterious thing. But there's more. Senior not impressed. Oh, okay. What do you should send me an email. Tell me what you feed them. Well, just send me. You contact me on many different things. What do you feed them? I have a freezer full of Laverne's food, her frozen Smalls food. I have her water bowls on the floor. I didn't get rid of any of it. It's just there. I don't know what to do with it. You beautiful senior, you 28-year-old lady, you better make it to 50 at this point. This is Morgana chilling. I love this. I love sleeping cats. Let sleeping cats lie. I watch those Russian channels because apparently in Russia you're allowed to have tigers and panthers and pumas. because there's all these people who live in Siberia, like I am Puma, and somebody has a Panther. Look at this baby. Your kitties are chubby. Laverne used to be chubby, and I put her on a diet, and I wish I never did. I wish she'd stayed fat. She probably would have done better. Andrew, another cat shot. She's watching me. She's no, you know what? Cats like sleep with their eyes open. You know, they're always aware of what you're doing. Always aware. It's very rare. Only when they're super comfortable, you know, and they know that you're not going to eat them. You know. Oh, this is a beautiful shot, man. I love this. Cats are just the craziest things. Yeah. You're a baby cat. I love them, Andrew. I do. I love seeing them. I love sharing them because apparently everybody's a big cat person here. Hey, Emmett O'Malley, I played his beautiful pilot stream yesterday. I can't stop thinking about I met the Galilean. Amazing song. And I love this version. It's now officially my favorite version. But we were chatting earlier today about he loves Vega Sicilia Unico, which is a wine that I'm sure it's great. I just don't like it. And I always say enjoy it because I'm not going to drink it. He's at the Joshua Tree. Look at that. Wearing his beautiful sub. And listen, it's so bright out and you can see like the loom is working. Isn't that crazy? How did you capture that, Em? How did you get that? Maybe I'll get Em on and we'll do a show and he'll play guitar and stuff. Maybe I'll get him and Jimmy to do it. Those guys would play very well together because they both are, you know, very special players. Chris Boyd says cider time. Not a cider man myself, but whatever floats your boat. Look at that. That's the way to do it. Oh, I can't blow this picture up. Strongbow. That's very popular. I thought there was 2 pictures here. Oh, there is. It says sent from my iPhone. That's interessant. Interessante. Molto interessante. Hey, for Speedy Tuesday, I apologize for that. I apologize that I didn't do Speedy Tuesday. I was wearing a Speedmaster, though. I was indeed. Look at that. Beautiful. Exquisite. There it is. The one and only moon. Look at that. It looks great on you. Perfect size for you, too, man. 42. Looks great. That's what you got to do. Everyone needs to have a Speedmaster. I mean, if you have a collection, listen, if you have more than one watch and it's not a Speedmaster, eventually you're going to have to get a Speedmaster because you have to have a Speedmaster in your collection. Oh, James Hess is leaving us. What did I miss you? Good night. Midnight here. Oh, James. We love you, man, and we miss you. Sorry, I'm just doing the things now, so I wasn't looking, but I saw that you were bailing out. Angelo Minichello with piano shots. Oh, how interesting. Kind of a big deal for me. Oh, it's a Willis. Okay, yeah. I know what Willis is. Willis was a sewing machine company in Canada. And they started making pianos. I think I don't remember the name of the company that they bought. They bought a company that made pianos and they put the Willis name on the pianos and it was family owned. I know in the early part of the 20th century, Willis was a big name. It wasn't Steinway, but it was up there with like other brands like Hallett and Davis, which I grew up playing. My parents had a Hallett and Davis upright, and they sold it and whatever. There was a Lester, other brands like that. I know that the company got sold in the 60s and then it went bankrupt. So yeah, I know all about Willis pianos, and that's beautiful that you have that. Cherish that forever. It's very cool. Yeah, those sound great. They had a very fast regulation on them. They had a very innovative regulation on them. Very cool that you sent me a piano. I'm a Steinway whore. For me, when I went to Austria, the first place I went to was Bösendorfer, because but it's unfortunately Bösendorfer is owned by Yamaha now, and they have not fucked with it as far as I know, because the best pianos in the world are Steinway, Bösendorfer, Bechstein, and Fazioli. That's the big 4. And there's lots of other great piano manufacturers that are out there too. But for me though, it's New York Steinway. much more over the Hamburg Steinway, because the Hamburg Steinway sounds a lot like a Yamaha C7 Conservatory Grand. It's very glassine on its top end. It's extremely brittle, but not like ugly brittle like the C7 Conservatory is. It's beautiful, but they definitely were. At one point, the Hamburg factory decided to start being competitive with the Japanese piano market, and that's what happened. So they're slightly different pianos. Like the New York one is dark and evil. It has a beautiful mid range and a beautiful top end, kind of plinky, as opposed to that delicate glass. But the power on the New York Steinways is incredible. I could talk about pianos all day long. If you guys know anything about pianos, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And Andy Dufresne, who lives in Vienna, says there was a big fire in the Büsendorfer factory. I'd heard about that, but luckily everybody was fine, right? I mean, I know that it was in the factory, so they were able to get a lot of the product out. Terrible. Oh, here's a message from, I don't want to say anything about that. Got that. Okay, good. Ken with the Gerald Gento, the Universal. Very cool. Listen, vintage piece. Very exciting for you to have that. Who just bought Universal Geneva? Who just bought that? Like Breitling? Somebody bought them. Forgive me. One of you guys totally know who bought them, right? Oh, see, I love vintage watches like this, man. I love it. It's my speed. Plus, that strap is delicious. And that's Gerald Genta, huh? Vasilios wanted to send a picture of, in Laverne's honor, of these 4 kittens that were just born. Look at these babies. Where's Mama? Where's Mama? Oh, I love their coloring. I love it. Beautiful. Thank you for that. It's beautiful. Hey, Speedy Tuesday, Brett Lane. Oh, this is great. Doing it again. Yeah, I love how he does this. He's a very creative guy. You should have worked for like one of those album cover manufacturers in the 70s, like Hypnosis. This is cool. I mean, can you go wrong? Oh man. I love that your bezel's all beat up. This is a man who wears a watch, and that's what watches should look like. Of course, I still have tape on them. Actually, I couldn't find the special tape that I use, so I just put regular Scotch tape on it this morning because I'm afraid I'm going to fuck it up. And that's the last thing I want to do is fuck that up. Speedy Tuesday. Bash Street Kids. What is this? I swear to God, I smell mouse. And I got rid of a mouse today, but I think I smell another one. The Bash Street Kids, characters from the Beano. How freaking funny is it? I can't blow it up. Wish I could. How funny is it? Oh, there I can. They stole it. We're the Bashtards. How funny is that? The Bash Street Kids. We have a song on the first Hitman record called Backstreet Rebels. I'm going to start going, Bash Street Rebels. It's actually a very popular song. Oh, here's Emmett doing the Underwater Mambo with his Submariner. The best part about this watch is it was made to do that. Isn't that crazy? It was made to do that. It's a triple gasket. You know? Now listen, Reynold, I'm talking to Mr. Ashelman from Omega. And I know that you've seen Oshin's channel and maybe iBashers because of certain comments that have been made. But I just want to say one thing to you. If you could take the Omega Speedmaster and put a fucking triple lock in there so it's waterproof, do something so it doesn't have to have the ugly Daytona screw down lockdown crowns. You could do that with gaskets. Make the Moonwatch waterproof. Watch sales go through the roof. I won't even get in the shower. Shit comes off. I've taken a shower with my Milgas on. I have. I'll admit it. I have. That looks great, Em. Because it was made to do that. It was absolutely made to do that. Andrew, oh, this is a great shot. Oh, the black and whites just kill me, they just do. Because they're so smart. If they had thumbs, they'd be bank robbers. This is how it works. Thanks, Andrew. That's how it works. They would be bank robbers. Oh, shit. To somebody, you have an Aussie cat? Come on now. No way. Do you live in Russia? You can't possibly have one of those. That is not even to be believed. Bobby Katz. What a funny name that is. Wow. Do you really have one of those? And Morgana found her sunbeam. Oh, that's beautiful. Thanks, kiddo. Is that all the pictures today? Oh, no, Al Benedetti sent one. Hey. Oh, you got the Bon Plan swatch. Okay. It looks great. You got a big hairy paw on you. That looks great. It's what's the size of those? I don't know. I know that the moon swatches are 42. Al, what is that? Wow, you have a very impressive little paw there. Big paw. Holy crap. Steve Moreno, wrist check. Oh, you got him. Hello. Explorer 2. It's the most desirable. It's the can you guys hear that rain? It's crazy. It has become impossible to get these. Isn't that crazy? That was never my favorite watch, and now anytime a watch has orange on it, I lose my marbles over it. So I'm really digging it lately. Just I love this shot. This is the last shot of the day because I got to the mall. Remember to send your shots to basharddirk@gmail.com. That is basharddirk@gmail.com. You share your pictures with me, and I share them with the world. This is fucking beautiful, man. Ugh. Do you have information on this? Like, what year is that? First of all, let's close in on the watch. He's got his Starbucks, his Cermet. Hold on. My invisible Telecaster. Let me go back. I have yours is like a seafoam blue. Mine is you can't tell because I have a green screen, but it is a American Deluxe 1998 with noiseless pickups and a piezo bridge and the same pickup configuration exactly. Very cool, man. Send me information about what year that is because it looks ancient, bro. If you can't do it with a Telecaster, you know what? You just can't do it. I can't. As Paul Stanley from Kiss used to say, if you can't do it with a Gibson and a Marshall, you just can't get it. That's very true. If you can't get it with a Fender or a Gibson, on like a Marshall or a Fender or a Vox, like this, like just a couple of little things. Once you get into all this boutique-y shit, nobody fucking cares. Especially if you play Paul Reed Smith. Hey, Jim Lassick with the super sticker. Thank you so much for that. We're going to give you the gong. Thank you, Jim Lassick. It's great to have you back. It's so great to have Jim Lassick back in the house. Camilo says 1955. Ah! Oh my God, that's just not even believable. Let me get all of the chats in before we call it adieu. The big fire. Breitling. Yeah, Breitling did buy them, right? Breitling's got to do something. Hey, Mark Wild, just got off from work. Everybody says Breitling. Yeah, I was very sure it was Breitling. I'm glad for them because I think it's a great brand and I think that they need something to kick them around. That's a fucking Bobcat. It sure is. Al Benedetti says it's 42.3 millimeters. Looking good on your big hairy wrist, you manly man, you. Andrew said we had a cat that was the offspring of a barn cat and a bobcat. Really? Is that physically possible? That's like humans and Vulcans. Like we didn't think that could happen, but it happens. 1955. I can't believe it. Had a 2018 Explorer 2 and miss it. Yeah, that happens, right? Oh, with the red hands. And Shane McGee. If the new white moon watch was a guitar, stunning. Yeah. I just fucking make the watch waterproof. They have so many waterproof, and make it waterproof. Don't make it water resistant. Don't be Apple and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Let's make it, it's like, I know it's a space watch, but so many more people would wear them and buy them. Not like they don't already, but it would be so much of a bigger seller because Omega actually, their market share has really got like, it's not that Great. Swatch Group had a very bad year. Other than the Moon Swatch, they've had a lot of hits and misses. Not good. Not good. Anyway, that's it. Guys, I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursdays or whatever you want to call it. Andrew with another $5. Great show. Everyone should take a moment to upvote and subscribe. Also join Patreon. Hey, please please subscribe, please comment on the show after we're done, because you know what? It opens up dialogues. We make new friends, and the people in this gang, the Bastards here, are all fucking the most nicest people in the whole wide world. We don't have any sociopaths. We don't have any psychopaths. No one's going to stab you in the back. They're just going to change your flat tire and invite you in for lemonade, and that's it. Or in Andrew's case, he might try to seduce you. That's quite possible. Melly says, yes, see, Melly C said, I would buy one if it was waterproof. It's unbelievable. Andrew, I'm going to give you a, what am I going to give you? You know what? I love you so much. I'm going to give you a, get the big bang, right? Why not? You deserve, Andrew, you deserve a big bang. Shane McG with €2.49. Fucking idiophone, please. Funky idiophone, please. What's the funky idiophone? What is it? Idiophone? Do I have an idiophone? What do I have? Idiophone. It's $2.49. I'll give you the. Isn't it funny how that clips when I do that? I coughed. Oh, you want me to invent a funky idiophone? I think we'll add some more shit to the chats, as we definitely should, because we're running out of stuff. Melly C says, I'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, well, we'll all see you all tomorrow. And thank you so much, guys. Hands, knees, and tussed killed the radio star. Absolutely, indeed. Al Benedetti, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing time. Are you kidding me, man? I love you guys. And this is the highlight of my day. I can't thank you enough. And for that, I'm going to give you Al Benedetti, one of my patrons. So speaking of patrons, once again, thank you to all my Patreon Pantheon, and thank you to all the Bastards in the house. As always, remember Patreon, send me your address on our Patreon channel. We'll have a little communicating. I'll send you guys a video. I'll put it out there. I'm going to give everybody a Dirk Life Is Now CD, and I'll mail those all out the second you give me your addresses. Oh, Carolyn Martin, you crazy person. Wait till you see the box that arrives. It's in a fucking big, stupid box. I was going to give you an envelope and put the record in it, but you know what? I always call people, she's the worker there was token booth caliber. That's because in New York City, when the dumbest people in the world were in the token booths, this woman, whatever. So anyway, you'll probably have it tomorrow, because I sent it like the fastest way that there is, just to show my support on this great channel. You are the best, Carolyn Martin. $49. Oh my God, that is Bernstein level. I'm still mad that movie went nowhere, that nobody gave a shit. And it's like, whose fault it is? It kind of is Bradley Cooper's fault, because he did not educate people enough to know how important he was musically. They basically just made him out to be like some famous guy who conducted and also was secretly gay, but he was married to that woman who suffered. That was the movie. And it shouldn't have been that. It should have been he was a fucking genius who wrote, Candide and West Side Story and so many, and also conducted, because conducting was not his main thing. He was also an incredible educator. He had these series of educational talks for children on PBS where he talked about the Beatles and the Mamas and the Papas and Bach and Beethoven and Bartok and all the stuff. Rachmaninoff and Schubert and Chopin. And he didn't talk about any of that. He talked about him lusting over boys. Boring. Andrew Wolkovich. Wait on Oshin. $2. And we lost Joe Flaherty, he wasn't Canadian. I never knew that. Oh, fuck, I never ever knew that. But then again, I always thought all the SCTV people were, and they're not. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for me tonight. Thank you so much. I want to thank all the incredible Andrew Wolkovich, Ali Nasser with I don't know how much money that is. It's crazy. Heavy Driver. Look at this. Dean, I'm not even saying the amounts. Dean again. Jim Lassick. Andrew Volkovich. Shane McGee. Al Benedetti. Al Benedetti, you're just too much. And look at the hairy paws on that guy. I'm looking at you differently now. Carolyn Martin. The beautiful Carolyn Martin and Andrew. I love you guys. Thank you so much, you bastards, you beautiful people. Remember to send all of your emails, pictures, and stories, and all the communiques to basharddirk@gmail.com. That is the official email for this show. I will be back tomorrow evening to try to titillate and entertain, as will you join me in that show and make my life even more pleasurable. So until then, I want you to say please and thank you. I want you to hold the door open. I want you to try to never be a dick. Of course, never be a dick. Unless, of course, the person that you're dealing with is a total cunt.